Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk a little bit about Crypterra, a somewhat new mining company. We're going to talk about some tips and tricks to maximize your profits within the platform, do a little analysis on that, as well as one major issue people are having with the platform, causing some people to call it a scam altogether, even though they messed up and it's kind of their fault. The reality of the matter is you need to get this right when you're putting your money in. Otherwise, the system will not credit you with your hash rate, and you will be incredibly upset, as some people are, in trying to get that hash rate credited. So make sure you watch the full video to get that information. So first off, Crypterra is a relatively new mining platform, cloud mining platform such as Hashflare, Genesis Mining. And in that sense, it's a little bit more risky, obviously, because it is new. Anything without a track record, without a really long track record, I should say, is considered a little bit more risky in the space. So compared to those two, it is a little bit more risky. However, the rates that you can earn, or the cost for the hash rate, is significantly lower than it is with Hashflare or with Genesis Mining, for example, or Hashing 24 or any of the other cloud miners, as they are trying to encourage participation in the beginning stages of the platform, or so they say. The rate, for example, with Bitcoin on Hashflare is $2.20 and the per gigahash, and the rate on Crypterra is only $1.28, which is actually two price structures ago on Hashflare. So the pricing structure is really good on Crypterra, and that's the reason why so many of us, including me, are choosing to use this platform for the dollars that we want to be in cloud mining. So on the platform, you can mine four different things currently. You can mine Bitcoin, you can mine Ethereum, you can mine Zcash, and you can mine Litecoin. So the first thing I wanted to figure out is something that I should have looked at before I started it. Actually, I started mining Bitcoin with the platform at first and foremost, and then I did this analysis and figured out that's probably not the best way to go. So let's take a look at that real quick. I queued up these calculators really fast here. The amount you'd have for $1,000 investment, or in this case a hardware cost for calculator purposes, would be 7,800 gigahash or 7.8 terahash. So what would that look like? Basically, that's a break even of 75 days if Bitcoin's price is at 15,000, and current difficulty rates as of January 14th. That would look like a profit of 4,800 at the end of the year. So it's not bad when you consider you only put in $1,000. Keep in mind, Bitcoin mining difficulty will go higher over that time frame. So not too bad there. Next, let's just have a look at Litecoin and see what that looks like. Same thing here. If we can get the computer to respond. And we can't, so that's great. Okay, here we go. Wow. Computer issues. You got to love them. All right, let's take a look at Zcash, and we're going to pull that up. Zcash here, $1,000 for our hardware costs, i.e. our cloud mining purchase contract, gives you 1,450 hash. That's 60 days to break even. If you notice, that is significantly better than the Bitcoin contract, and a little over 6,000 in total profit after a year based on current difficulty rates. All right, let's take a look at Ethereum. Hopefully that works. Yeah, perfect. Again, that same $1,000 going in. By the way, with all of these, I'm calculating a zero power cost. And one of the advantages right now of using Crypterra is they're not charging any miner fees, any power costs or pool fees or anything like that, such as they do with Genesis and with Hashflare. Their explanation on that was that they want to encourage as many people to get started in the program. They will charge them in the future, however, but we're going to do them based on today's rates, today's contracts with no fees. So with that $1,000, you can buy 133 megahash. That equates to, based on current pricing and difficulty, 43 days, only 43 days to break even, and an annual profit of over $8,000, $8,400. So significantly higher profit when we're talking about Ethereum and Zcash, again, over that 75 days with the Bitcoin mining contracts. So, and if I could pull Litecoin, by the way, Litecoin's not all that great. I did go ahead and put this into a spreadsheet to make it a little bit easier here. You can see this is what you'd buy with that $1,000 on the Crypterra platform for each one of the available cryptocurrencies in terms of mining. This is the days to break even. Again, based on current prices and current mining difficulty. 75 for Bitcoin, 43 for Ethereum, 60 for Zcash, and 95 for Litecoin. So personally, I'd stay away from the Litecoin. By the way, Litecoin and Bitcoin have lately traded in parity in terms of they have a very high correlation. If one goes up, the other goes up. If one goes down, the other goes down. Not the case with Zcash and with Ethereum. So in that sense, they are good diversifiers versus Bitcoin, by the way. So looking at the 1 year revenue, we've got 4,800 for Bitcoin, 8,500 basically for Ethereum, Zcash a little over 6, and Litecoin at right about 4. So what most people are doing on here that I've seen in the forums and that, they're all buying Bitcoin mining contracts. And based on current profitability, that's probably not the best way to go. I mean, the profitability difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin is pretty drastic. In reality, what I'm going to start doing with a little bit more money coming into the platform is using the Ethereum and the Zcash actually just as a diversifier. I know that the Ethereum contracts are a little bit better, but I like to diversify things. And let's say Ethereum comes down in price, Zcash may not. In that case, Zcash may end up being slightly better. But this difference is a huge one. So for my money, I'm putting my money in Zcash and Ethereum contracts for now. As you can see, they're significantly more profitable. So the part that most people are messing up, this is a very, very, very important tip. Don't mess this up. Oh, by the way, I didn't show this before, but here's just a quick proof of withdrawals and the fact that they're all going through. You can see I've been making withdrawals from my account. Started on the 7th, just making some small withdrawals there. And then I've just been doing it each day just to make sure everything is copacetic and everything's working great. So you don't have to make withdrawals every day. I was just doing it kind of as a test within the platform, and everything works great. The withdrawals do take some time because the Bitcoin network is rather slow. Sometimes they happen within 2 hours. I had one day where they took over 12 hours, but they always come through. They come through every time. So that's good news. So here's what we need to look at here. One of the things that everyone seems to be, not everyone, but a lot of people seem to be messing up is when they purchase their contracts. Now, I'm not going to scroll up here because it gives you a bunch of my personal information. I don't really want to black it out. So I'm just going to pause this and get to the final page of checkout. And this is where everyone seems to be, or some people seem to be messing up. So let's get to that page right now. All right, so we're on the final checkout page on Crypterra. I put in what I wanted and went to the confirmation page, and now it's telling me to send 10.19 and change Litecoin to this address. Here's where people are messing up. You have to read the instructions, folks. You got to read the instructions. Send exactly 10.19110170 Litecoin in one payment to the address below. If you send any other Litecoin amount, the payment system will ignore it. Payment will be completed after blah, blah, blah. What does it say right here? Send exactly plus miner fee. Okay, meaning they want you to send this exact amount net to them at this address. Here's where people are messing up. What they're doing is they're sending from different platforms, different wallets, and things of that nature, and they're sending this as a gross amount. Gross is before fees, folks, in case you didn't understand how gross and net works. Gross is before, net is after. So they're sending a gross amount, and then they're being charged a miner fee or even a fee to send it from whatever platform they're sending from, and they're not calculating that in. So what they're ending up doing is they're sending 10.19, and then this rest of this number ends up being significantly lower, right? So in other words, not enough Litecoin hits the system. It sees it, but it doesn't see that it's enough, and they're not getting credited with the hash rate. The system is automatic. It's not a person who's sitting there making a judgment call. So basically, you got to hit that number. So wherever you're sending the Litecoin from, you need to look up in advance what their fees, or what their mining fees, miner fees are to send that payment. A lot of systems, they won't charge anything. Basically, they'll eat that miner fee, but a lot of them won't. So you have to make sure before you send it, Google, look up within their system, whether it's Exodus Wallet or whatever you're sending from. You have to make sure that you send exactly that net of the miner fee, or you will not get credited, and you'll be quite upset. Now, there is a workaround, supposedly, if that does happen, where basically you can go back in and do a second transaction and send the remaining balance to the same wallet address to get it fixed. I haven't personally tried that, but there are a number of people reporting that that's the way they fixed getting that fee. Excuse me, that hash rate credited to their account. But like I said, you want to make sure that's the most vital step in the checkout process, that you do that. By the way, it's very easy to sign up with Crypterra. You're just going to come to the site here. You're going to click the little sign up button right here in the upper right hand corner, little blue sign up. Take you through the sign up page, and right down towards the bottom of the client area page, that first client area page is going to have your buy hash rate. Add the slider wherever you want it, and then you click through, confirm everything, and this is the page that you'll get to send your Bitcoin or your Litecoin. I always recommend sending Litecoin, just because typically if you are paying a miner fee, the miner fees are substantially less with Litecoin than they are with the Bitcoin network. So you'll typically pay less in terms of a miner fee for the transfer with Litecoin. It also happens faster because the Litecoin network is significantly faster than the Bitcoin network. So if you're transferring in, again, make sure you do it correctly. Make sure you get that exact amount after the miner fee is calculated. So send more than that if you have a miner fee, in other words, to get that amount. And then, like I said, just to minimize your costs, do it with Litecoin. Hope this video has been helpful for you, both in terms of maximizing the profitability with Crypterra. Again, Crypterra being a newer platform, slightly more risky, of course, than some of the older platforms, just because it hasn't been around that long. But the payout rates are good, so it's up to you to determine what reward and risk is worth taking. So hopefully this video has been helpful for you. If it has, please click subscribe and turn on post notifications. I don't post videos very often. When I do, I try to post things that are going to be relevant, rather than just updates on what I'm doing. Want to post some other videos, got some things planned with regards to charting, with regards to uncorrelated assets and things of that nature within the crypto space, that I think will going to be very helpful for you. So click those buttons. By the way, I'm going to link down below a link to Crypterra. So if you want to check it out, just use that link. And I'll also include the current coupons for Ethereum. At least there isn't one for Zcash currently, but there is a coupon for Ethereum if you're looking to get into that. It does make what I put on this spreadsheet over here even better in reality. If you use that coupon, your break even will be lower, and your estimated revenue, well, your estimated revenue is gonna stay the same. You're just gonna pay less, so your break even is going to be a little bit lower. So either that, or you could bump up the amount you're buying. Either way, use that coupon code that I'll put below for those Ethereum contracts if you choose to go that route. Hope you're all having a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next video.